Maybe we'll have one person recording the data and 2 people counting and 2 people identifying plants, or 1 person identifying plants.
So Michelle.
Sounds good.
And what about the
Awesome,
recorder?
guys.
Let's do it. I'll count the plants.
I'll help identify.
Okay.
I'll help identify.
All right, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to look 1 foot on either side of this Transect tape and count the number of plants that fall within our boundary. Okay.
So,
All right. Are you going? Cool.
so we get 2 of these grasses.
All right, so there are 2 grasses.
Okay, and so we call those grass A.
Let's call them grass A.
All right, so 2.
And we've got a couple of these woody. Got 1, 2. I've got 4 of these 5 woody ones.
I have 2 of the woody ones within my 1 foot square.
Okay, and those are forbs?
I think they're
They're
shrubs.
shrubs.
They have some woody
They're
tissue.
woody, okay.
Yeah.
So 7?
Yep.
Great.
Okay. What we're going to do at the 10 foot is the same thing that we did at the 1 foot. We'll look at 1 foot on either side of the Transect tape and count the number of plants that we have here. Okay, so now let's do the same thing we did at 10 feet and let's count the plants here at 20 feet.
All right, let's do it.
Great.
Oh, we got a forb.
Finally.
Interesting.
You know, Martha, what's interesting to point out is that this plant right here, although it overhangs my 1 foot string, the root lays outside of it.
That's a really
Should we
good
count that?
observation. No, we should not count that. It has to fall within a foot of the transect line.
Okay.
So we're looking for the roots.
These are not the same as the shrubs we saw before, are they?
No.
Definitely a different species.
But I have a number of shrubs,
Baby.
little baby shrubs.
Well, these might be forbs.
What do you think, Jeff?
I definitely think that's a forb.
Okay.
Because of the structure.
Because the more data I can put down, the better, don't you think?
I would agree.
All right.
Now these are.
Okay, so in this area, this is the first area we had forbs. So I'm going to take a look around the environment and maybe make some notes to see if there's some factor that affects why in this region we had a lot of forbs and all the areas before it we didn't. And so if I look up, I can see that this area's got a large tree that's providing some shade. So I'm going to make a note of everything in the environment, including biotic and abiotic factors.
We ready?
Yes.
So we're at 30 feet. Let's do our third measurement.
How's the identifying going?
Well, I think that one of them identified as the canyon creeper, typically found between 2,500 and 6,000 elevation. And I think we're at about 4,000 elevation now. So it appears to fit within the criteria for the canyon creeper.
So Martha, I have a question. if we were in this area here, and I can clearly see that this is a forb, but it's no longer in the ground, would we count that?
No, the root ball has to, or the roots have to still
Have
be in
to
the
be
ground.
firmly in the ground.
Because wind
Okay.
could have deposited it, or maybe even if there's a heavy rainfall. So it might have not actually come from this location. The only way we can determine that they are is if the roots are still in the ground.